Hi there, it's Esther at My Money Matters. I appreciate you joining me today on my channel. Today the plan is to sort out the mess that I made last time on my 365 challenge. I appreciate those who shouted that out and the mistakes I made, and I'm going to be stuffing my HyperJar. I thought I'd do this as a separate video so that I can keep on top of doing my short and long term stuffing and my weekly check-in. And I was trying to figure out what to do when. So I'm going to do this as a shorter video, I hope, and then I'm going to do another video also. Okay, so I thought I'd start with the HyperJar. If you don't know what HyperJar is, let me know in the comments below. But it's not a separate bank like Chase or Monzo, but it's a similar concept where you're digitally stuffing money. The advantage of HyperJar is it's linked to an existing bank account. Now, because I don't have an up-to-date driver's license or an up-to-date passport, it means that I don't have the right identification for the other online banking. So this is a great alternative if you're in the same situation. So I'm just going to talk you through this. I just need to go and find my notes, bear with. Okay, so birthday money is what was left over from last year, actually, last year August, and it's trickling down. I'm just leaving it there for if there's anything that I want to buy to treat myself with. So it's really nice to have that in that pot there, really. And if I get any more this year, I think I'm just going to keep that as it is. I'm due to see the chiropractor. I'm going to whittle down and round off the ends of my jars too. Now, Christmas, this was left over from last year, and I kind of got a bit muddled with my Christmas money because I wasn't keeping tabs on my final balance. So I'm hoping that I'm just going to get this down to a round figure, and then I'll be able to sort this out and be a bit more organised with it this year. So I'm just going to take off the pennies to round that one off. EE phone bill, this is going to get 8. Now the money's actually already come out of my account, but just, again, sometimes it's just easy to go through the processes of actually adding and taking money away, because then you kind of know where you're at with it, with everything. I'd already put the money in here to transfer, so I'm just going to do it this way. Family, friends, food and film is going to get another 10. I'm not planning necessarily on going anywhere, but I like this to have a buffer just in case that something pops up, and then the money is there. Gifts has been absolutely exhausted, and I'm going to add in 30 in the hope that it will be enough. And I'll talk you through what happened this month when I spent out of that jar. But there are a few birthdays coming up, and if it's not enough, I'm going to have to address that one. So gifts tend to get a bashing. HMRC, this is for the Help to Save scheme, and this is going to come to an end in the spring. So this gets its usual £50. So just rounded off the pennies for my pocket, and then I'm going to add £10 in here. So it's still got some money left over, but I did find myself using it this month, so I'm just going to top that account up. It's useful if I've used the money out of my purse, then I know that I've got some money in here to use. Happy holiday, this is money to go towards February half term, and as it's speeding round, I'm going to cash inject this with £20. And then the final payment is going to go into NHS prescription. So this is for a prepaid prescription, it's about £10.81, and then I just round down the balance into my miscellaneous jar. So I'm just going to send that 19p over to the miscellaneous. So it's great, rather than having a round off pennies jar, I've created a miscellaneous jar which I can use to top up my other jars should I need it. School holidays just needs rounding off. You might have spotted that YouTube, which was at 500, is now down to 0. That's because of my savings bond. I wanted to put as much money away that I was comfortable as possible with without needing to touch it for a year. So I thought, as I wasn't spending that money, it's now gone into that bond, and this jar is going to now be deleted. Always just make sure that you delete it not delete it, take out any money that's in there before you delete it. Okay, that's all done. So when I did my cash stuffing, I totally looked at the calculator wrong, and I thought it was a little bit odd because I was left with £2.02 in my 365 challenge, and I thought, oh, that money's run out quickly. So I was going to take off the £2.02. I can't find it now. And I even, look, right, let me just zoom you in. Rather than taking off the 202, I took off the 203. So let's rub that off now, if I can find something to rub it off with. That was like being on a phone call when you say, I'm just going to grab a pen and paper. And you know you should have it by the phone, but you can't find it. Anyway, I'm searching my room for something to use. Anyway, so I've got some rubbing alcohol, because I use it in my craft room, and I'm just going to rub out 203 and smudged everything else while I was there. So before I forget, thanks to these people that mentioned that I've rubbed off the wrong ones and I need to change it. So thank you Nolan, Bonnie, JT and Alice for letting me know about that. And I've even left a note to myself here about what I need to be doing. So I didn't cross out the 252 that I needed to. So I thought, rather than stuffing the £20.20 in here, I would put £10. So I need to take out 10 and stuff my envelope with it. But then take £10 and 2p off the rest of the challenge. Okay, are you with me? So I had 20.02 that I didn't stuff yet. I'm going to take out the 10 to put in my envelope challenge, and then we're going to carefully delete off these numbers to see what we're left with. So 244, 243, 242, 241. I can complete a row, and then there's 32p up here. So let me just do that before I make any more mistakes or mishaps. Let me just colour that one back in and take off the 32p. Fabulous. Okay, we are sorted. We just need to get that dry, so we do a wafty wafty. And then the £10 is going to go into our wooden slats, number 93. And then that means at least that has been stuffed from last time. And there will be some money that would have gone into that envelope that should have been stuffed. So, all good. Thank you so much. That's why it really helps to be accountable on this channel. And it just helps people point out my mistakes, which is fine. I make mistakes. So this is going to go in the piggy jar, and this is money saving up towards next year's budget. Just put a bit by each time, inspired by Budget Save Grow, and it really works. She puts the money by, and it's amazing then how much you've got for the following year, and you kind of don't think about it because it's been put away. So thank you so much for watching along. Please do consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I do love reading your comments, especially if you help me out with my mistakes. So do pop on one down below if you've watched the video. Happy cash stuffing. Take care. God bless you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time on My Money Matters.